In upcoming Coronation Street episodes, Sally Metcalfe, Sally Dinevor, finds herself dealing with heartbreak and betrayal as she confronts the mysterious disappearance of her late mother's treasured ring. The storyline, woven with trust, deception, and simmering family tension, sees Sally grappling with her husband Tim's, Joe Dutteen, hidden kindness toward Mason Radcliffe, Luca Tulin, a troubled young man with a troubled past. The story begins as Tim, sympathetic to Mason's struggles, allows the teenager a temporary refuge on the sofa in their home, unbeknownst to Sally. When Mason reveals to Tim that he's homeless and trying to escape his own difficult circumstances, Tim offers him a safe place to sleep for a night, warning him not to let Sally know. Tim's empathy for Mason is rooted in his belief that everyone deserves a second chance, and despite Mason's history of trouble, including a stint in young offenders for theft, Tim hopes he can make a difference. The Radcliffe brothers, including Mason's siblings Maddie and Logan, have been stirring up trouble across the cobbles, most recently targeting Sally and Tim's home. The couple initially thought they had mice when strange noises and missing items were noticed around the house. However, when they discover a bag hidden in the shed, they realize it isn't mice at all. Someone has been sneaking around and taking refuge in their home. Tim's suspicions are soon confirmed when Mason reveals he's been using the shed for temporary shelter. In a twist that adds to Sally's pain, she makes the upsetting discovery that her mother's ring is missing. This ring holds immense sentimental value for Sally, as it's one of the last mementos she has of her late mother, and she's heartbroken to find it gone. Her mind quickly turns to Mason, who she knows has been in her home without her knowledge. Tim, in turn, feels torn, conflicted between his initial decision to help Mason and the betrayal Sally now feels. For Sally, the loss of the ring isn't just about the physical object. It represents a broken trust in her husband, who kept his secret from her, and a feeling of violation in her own home. Fueling her anger, Sally spots Mason on the doorstep later that evening. She immediately confronts him, demanding answers about the missing ring. Tim joins the confrontation, but Mason, already nervous and visibly shaken, remains silent as he stands before them. Though his siblings Maddie and Logan laugh at Tim's attempts to get answers, Mason's fear suggests he may have more to hide. Sally, unable to contain her frustration and grief, grabs Mason and calls the police, convinced he must be responsible for the theft. As the police arrive, the question of Mason's guilt remains uncertain. Though his recent actions and troubled past make him an easy suspect, there are hints that Mason may be innocent and trying to turn over a new leaf. Throughout his time in Weatherfield, Mason has shown glimpses of vulnerability, particularly in his interactions with Tim, who sees potential in the young man beyond his mistakes. For Mason, this was an opportunity for redemption and a chance to prove he isn't beyond help. This storyline highlights the complex interplay between forgiveness, trust, and the lasting scars left by betrayal. While Tim's instinct is to protect Mason and give him a second chance, Sally's heartbreak over her missing ring blinds her to the possibility that Mason might not be guilty. Sally's response is both emotional and understandable, given her attachment to her mother's ring and the betrayal she feels from Tim's secretive actions. Her decision to involve the police reflects her desperation, hoping that swift action might bring her beloved heirloom back. In the episodes to follow, Coronation Street will likely delve deeper into Mason's character, exploring whether his attempt to escape a troubled life can withstand the distrust from the Metcalfes and his difficult relationship with his own family. The mystery of the missing ring may unfold to reveal unexpected truths, perhaps implicating another character, or even one of Mason's brothers in the theft. Ultimately, Tim and Sally's marriage will be tested by the fallout of Tim's secret, forcing them both to confront the cost of trust and forgiveness. As tensions mount, fans are left questioning whether Mason's presence on the cobbles will bring hope of redemption or more heartache for the Metcalfes. Could Mason, already shunned by most of Weatherfield, find the strength to prove his innocence? Or will his past continue to haunt him, regardless of his intentions? Coronation Street viewers can look forward to an emotional and gripping storyline that underscores the power of compassion, the pain of betrayal, and the enduring hope for second chances on the cobbles.